question. Where do NPCs go when they die?
I mean, these ones aren't respawning, so I guess they get deleted or something. It's not really for me to care. All I know is that big monster, cause problem, I kill, I get paid. What could be better than that?
Perhaps the attempted murder of one of your duchesses would offer you recourse for her actions. It is more than a petty squabble, Your Majesty. This is a threat against your nation, all of us. Sitting here doing nothing is foolishness, especially when you have the ability to do something. And that is why I bring you Camille's general.
What you need to do is find the killing blow.
The nature spirits are very tough, and if they die, it's their own dumb fault for not listening.
Foundlings, and welcome back to the Odd Campaign. I am Quentin, your humble GM here, and I am joined by a round table, square, rectangular table of all of my players. So sound off 1, 2, let's introduce ourselves so we can jump right into the thick of things.
1, 2. My name is Emily, and I'm here today playing Snow. She's the leader of the Odd Guild alongside with her faithful wolf companion Achia, who is the king. He is a good boy. Yes.
3, 4, I'm RL. I play Zana with her imaginary friend. Or, wait, he's not so imaginary. Everybody else can see him.
I am a physical manifestation of your imaginary. I still am imaginary. Hi, I'm Alistair Crow.
Everything about you confuses me.
5, 6, I'm Jonathan. I played Tama, and he has his faithful companion Pickle Jar.
It's always at your side.
It was always there. Never talks back.
Never does.
You're 5, 6. You're so short.
Actually, I think he is relatively short anyway.
I think he's around about 5'6".
4'11".
Yeah.
He's 4'11". He's even shorter than that.
He's even shorter than 5'6".
Yeah, O-reads are apparently very short.
Welcome to Season 5, Episode 4, The Hunt of Fulgur Orn. Last time on the Odd Campaign, our guild parlayed with important people of power in an attempt to get them to join their cause, which is, of course, defeating Camille Seamus and actually escaping the game. Some found more luck than others in their endeavors. Snow did manage to get the queen of the vampires, Iravanok, to enthrall the general of her enemy. Meanwhile, Zana, Tama, and Draken tried to convince other players of their plight. Alas, the group of individuals was unsuccessful, as the other players were more preoccupied with this upcoming hunt. Our heroes only realized, slightly too late, that what this hunt could entail. And that is where we are picking up today. Or rather, almost, as someone was abruptly awoken very early in the morning from a very strange dream. Snow, you have woken up in a cold sweat and you realized that this connection you have with Acela, she attempted to communicate to you through dreams, which is a very common way, which all of your partnerships have all of them have tried to contact you in that way.
Ben can see me in my dreams.
Oh, hey, who knows? You figured out that she was trying to make this connection with you. Roll a sense motive to see if you can intuit what she was attempting to convey.
Sure, it's a very nice and peaceful day.
Like the birds are just waking up.
I wipe the sweat from my forehead.
Oh, no, it's not. It's like all down your back, too. The sheets kind of stuck to you.
I still wipe the sweat from my forehead.
Very uncomfortable.
Because it's dripping in my eyes, and that's just gross. It's a 20 total.
So along with the vision, while you do not get words, you get this emotion of panic and the desire and longing to help someone. Recalling your vision, you sense that your allies are in danger, and that the location that you were shown in your dream is the area in which the imminent danger is currently present.
It's actively happening.
Actively happening in this moment.
Now, here's the problem.
Sure.
The queen told me I should not leave.
She did do that thing. Yeah.
She did.
She very said, like, hey, if you want me to go through with this, you better be here while I'm going through with this.
I will go and check on what the progress is with Her Majesty really quick.
How do you go about doing so?
I go and I'm going to find Dorian.
Okay. After asking around for a little bit, you are directed towards Dorian's chambers, where you see the individual, who is generally very well put together, seems kind of exhausted and slumped over a desk, hand on his forehead, contemplating, looking over various papers, books, and scrolls as they are all sprawled out.
Hey, Dorian. So, how is the situation with the man I brought? Is that started yet?
Okay, cool. So you were given the location of Dorian. You just barge into his room. You see him in this current state, and you just immediately jump into business. And you just see, as he looks up at you after having been stared at these documents for who knows how long.
My Duchess. Good morning, yes. We've been attempting to rush your request and put it into motion.
I see. That's great.
But
yeah.
It is very early in the morning, and I do believe a number of us were going to turn in.
I see. All right. So, Dorian, there seems to be a situation on the other end where my comrades are, and Queen Irvanak asked me to not leave while she's in the process of doing all of this. I might need to leave, though. Yeah. It's a situation.
Her Majesty is currently asleep, so...
So we back later this evening.
If you could be back before the sunset, perchance she may not know that you are even gone.
Okay, thank you, Dorian. She starts, backing out the room and then closes the door. She opens up her menu. Hey, Wilson.
You do not get a response.
I don't get a response.
You don't get a response.
He was with me at some point.
He was with you at some point.
Okay, she's gonna try to find him.
Okay. You all at one point had assigned rooms, and you make your way to where you last remember Wilson staying at. And what do?
She heavily bangs against the door. Hey, Wilson, are you in there?
So, as you loudly knock on the door, thump, 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 and you wait a few seconds after shouting, you hear, in response, another loud thud. Boom.
Just a minute, no,
And you just hear things being thrown around, and then eventually clanging of metal, and then just the door opens. You see Wilson has very sloppily donned his armor, and
she kind of just does the whole hand gesture. I don't know what all of that
brushing
was.
his hair out of his eyes.
Hi, yeah. Right, can I hear you? Good morning. It's really early. What are you doing here?
Is it early? I don't know what time it is. I was told that I woke.
5:36. The sun's barely up.
Oh.
You don't normally get up this early.
Yeah, this is really... Did you have any strange dreams last night?
I don't think so.
Huh. All right. Okay. We might have to leave and go meet up with our party.
Okay. This early? You know Draken's not awake right now.
I didn't message him. I mean...
No, I'm just saying, the man doesn't wake up before 11. It's literally 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, but Wilson, I had this dream that our friends were in danger. And when I have dreams, stuff usually happens.
Okay, so you want to investigate your dream?
Don't put it that way, but yes.
Okay, where are we going? What are we doing?
I don't know. It was like this mirror dimension or mirror world, I guess, for a little bit, and then it kind of moved into some pine trees. And then it was just the sensation of being chased.
Oh, well, that's uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was really, really scary. And honestly, I have no idea where it is. I'm not gonna lie.
But you have a vague idea where it is.
Vague. Very, very vague.
So how are we getting to the vague notion of a location?
Well, you know how I got the dear old captain to the tree, right?
No.
Oh, well.
Well, I know you did that. I don't know how.
Well, on the upside, at least you get to hold my hand for a minute. On the downside, we're probably going to be going to a combat. Teleport?
Yeah, we can teleport to the tree.
No, okay, yeah, fine. All right, get yourself together more and we'll meet up.
Sure, just gotta grab my glaive and just fix it up off the stand.
Can you fix that? Please, she just reaches over and adjusts his armor slightly.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was kind of... What?
Okay.
We're fine.
Yeah.
We're good.
All right.
Sure.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to transform, so give me a minute.
Okay. You do that thing.
Thanks.
I'll get Angus ready.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
Cool.
All right.
And after a little while, you transform into your Aurora form.
Right.
Wilson readies his steed, and then both of you teleport to the World Tree.
Woohoo.
After going through the motions, which you have done countless times before, you step through the portal, and you are now on the 15th floor, a land covered and laden in snow. It is here where we're going to be cutting back over to the other group, who are also experiencing an early morning sunrise, though not quite as restful or cheery or relaxing as you are currently plummeting from around a couple thousand feet up in the air.
It's a good thing I can glide once per day.
Very good thing you can glide once per day.
Do I see where the combat is going on?
Well, let's see if we do. Let's all roll a perception check. Snow, if you could roll Draken's perception for me.
I can't believe Melville just spit us out in the sky. What the heck?
Well, it's a 21.
That's not bad.
Yeah, 21 for me too.
How's our boy doing?
Why is his perception so high?
What do you mean?
Oh, well, I rolled a 2.
Uh-huh.
It's a 24.
It's a 20. Wow, look at our boy. As you are all gliding and or plummeting through the sky as the sun crests the horizon and the fresh laden snow is being lit up by the early morning light, you can see directly beneath you your friend, Dan. It seems as if he has cratered into the ground, collapsing and completely uprooting the tree on which he landed. And there's this small now glen as multiple trees have been barreled through, and there's a small opening in the canopy of trees. You are currently at such an elevation that you can actually see that which felled him. There are 3 what look to be planes, aircraft. Each one of them have affixed on top of their wings, certainly not the most aerodynamic, but they had to be inventive, gigantic ballista. As you are descending, you can actually see off in the distance that these presumably were not the only planes, as there are patches in the canopy further back where there are holes and pillars of fire as if something off in the distance crashed a ways away. Currently, you are descending and you see Den laden in the snow. How does everyone go about landing?
I use my glide ability that I got from Den, and I will land as close to him as possible.
So the planes, where exactly are they? Are they still in the air?
There's 3 of them still in the air. It looks like they just flew past Den, and they're going to have to circle back around.
Is it like biplane?
Yeah, think like old school, just invented biplane. You can actually see the person piloting has goggles on and he's flying, and there is a little bit of an additional seat which sits a little bit higher than the cockpit, where there is one individual just currently loading up this giant metal rod into a ballista. There is one where Den has crashed at this point. It's about probably 100 feet past where he just crashed.
Okay, I'm going to Dimension Door onto that one.
Okay. It's a swift action, very powerful. We'll resolve this real quick before we do anything else. You effectively are getting your own little mini combat surprise round. You, as a swift action, as everyone else is plummeting, both Zana and Draken just slowly land, and they get a good survey of the area. But as they are slowly descending, Tama instantaneously blinks onto this biplane and is standing right in front of the cockpit, so you are kind of between the pilot and the blade, and just staring down both of these guys. The pilot's right in front of you, the immediate square in front of you. The person is then 1 5-foot square behind him, elevated up slightly.
Okay, I would like to...
Are you gonna punch a plane out of the sky?
Well,
why not push a plane in the sky?
Look, he's going to try and sunder the steering wheel.
Okay.
19.
Yeah, that's plenty. Go ahead, roll damage. It's got A, hardness.
14.
14 damage. Now, are you doing a flurry of blows here, or are you just doing one standard attack?
Flurry of blows.
Then just roll all of your hits.
All right. Well, that was a crit.
So, because there's no way you don't do enough damage, Zana and Dragon, as you are kind of gliding, you see Tama plummet way faster than all of you, because he's not gliding, and then just vanish before your eyes. But you see the lead plane off in the distance for the three of them, which are flying past where Den crashed. You just see as a giant chunk of metal just falls straight out of the plane, and the plane begins very rapidly going into a nosedive. You just completely punched out an entire fist-sized crater of metal straight directly out of this plane. So there's now just a massive gaping hole where the steering wheel once was and the bottom of the plane, like right in between this guy's legs.
Okay.
Oh, you've doomed us all! We're all gonna fall down! Reginald, grab the chutes!
And you see as both of them begin starting to panic and reaching for parachutes.
I was hoping they had parachutes.
Yeah. You are now on a plummeting plane.
All right.
Zana and Draken. As you land, you can see Den has crashed and made impact with this absolutely massive tree. Completely, the sheer force of his collapse has overturned and uprooted this massive tree, and he is trying to pick himself back up. You can see, while not only is he taking the physical damage from the crash, there is a 5-foot ballista rod piercing through his left wing. He takes his beak, grabs at it, and tries to push it through, and it falls to the ground with a heavy thud.
I run up and I will, before saying anything, cast Celestial Healing Greater.
Okay. You can see as his pain expression lessens some, and you intuit that your Celestial Healing is beginning to help him recover slightly.
You idiot! We told you they were going to come after you!
What? I didn't know when or where or how they've got planes?
Can you at least transform into your human form and make a smaller target for them?
I suppose I'm generally a bit frailer in that form. I would be a smaller target, but I would be significantly more frail.
I see.
And as you are having this conversation, you can hear the heavy footsteps of individuals running up from the tree line.
I touch both me and Den and cast invisibility. This is all I can do. And wait, I have one more thing I want to do. I send my mental link to Alistair.
Okay.
To have him transform into what looks like an injured version of Den.
As the individuals who were in pursuit of Den on land begin to finally catch up and approach, you see a familiar face, Zana. Akula Rybalov steps out from the tree line, standing atop a massive tree stump. You see his trident pointed at you.
Ah, are you here to join us on the Great Hunt?
I have my arm blocking. I'm in between him and Den. You don't want to do this.
Kind of turns back to three of his men who are coming out of the woods.
I think we do. Pretty sure. Like 98. Like this is something we've done many times.
You're being used.
I'm pretty sure the term is hired. We've all been given quests before, not the first time.
Was this a quest by the game?
I talk to NPC. NPC gives me quest. I get money, and I get reward for killing bird.
This bird is part of the game mechanics. It was put in this game for the players to help us give dexterity bonuses if we could complete his challenge.
Yes, if you kill the bird, you get the permanent dexterity bonus.
No! If you complete his challenge, you get the dexterity bonus. If you kill the bird, no one can get it.
No, the person who kills it can get it.
Where did you get your information?
The quest I was given.
This is what I was trying to tell you about last night. Camila Seamus is looking to take them out because we need them as players. They're here to protect us.
You can go ahead and roll a diplomacy check on that.
That's a 30.
He seems to stop and consider what you're saying until another individual speaks up. As you see, not only are there these woodland ruffian Vikings coming out of the tree line, but you see there are these masked figures in long white robes that have cowls and their hoods are up.
So, is my invisibility doing nothing? Can they all just see through that?
All of the people seem somewhat confused, but you are talking, so they can auditorily hear that something's speaking from that direction.
Akula pointed his trident at me. I assume his magic eye sees right through it.
Akula is looking directly at you. All of the other individuals who are coming through the tree line haven't yet seen you per se, or at least they wouldn't have done anything to indicate that they know where you are, but they can definitely hear a voice coming from where the felled tree is.
Akula, come now. You've been given the same quest as I am. We get no reward if we do not finish the job. I'm here.
And Akula kind of looks back over to you.
What is there to be gained for me if I do not finish this quest?
Where's Drake?
He's kind of crouched currently behind a rock, looking back at you with his bow and arrow drawn, deferring to you as to what he should do. He's not attacked anyone yet, but he is primed and ready to if things go south.
You've been so caught up at completing the quest, you don't even ask why? If somebody asked you to kill another player, would you?
It is bird! It is right there! Well,
yeah, no, he does. He points at where the bird is.
I don't know. Why would somebody who created the game and administers it want the players to stay weak? Oh, I don't know. Why would they hire the players to kill something that they haven't been able to kill themselves? Camille Lysimus is an administrator I was trying to tell you last night. She's orchestrated this whole thing to take the buffs away from the players.
Then why do I get buff if I kill Bird?
You don't! That's a lie! You get buff if you complete his challenge. If you kill Bird...
There's a lot of information. I don't know about how factual or infactual any of this is. Listen, I don't want to hurt any of you. I'm just here to kill a monster. I've been doing this for quite some time. This is literally like what our guild does. We go around and kill the various large creatures. We've already invested like thousands of gold worth of potions into this. The bark, skin, the bull's strength, the bear's constitution, eagle eye. Like, we need to be recompensated, and the only way I know how to do that is to kill the bird, take the loot drops, complete the quest, and then craft new gear out of its carcass.
Since this whole thing seems like it's going on for a while, would I have a chance to go to the other planes?
Is that what you would be attempting to do?
Yeah, because I don't know what's going on down here. My thought process is the worst thing that can be for Den right now is the giant ballistas that shot him down.
Are you just gonna teleport to the plane?
Yeah, he's just dimension dooring to all the planes and punch all of them into smithereens. How many key points does it cost for you to use dimension?
It's 2, but I have 11. So.
Okay. So there are a total of 3 planes, so you will consume 6 key points just to get rid of the plane. It will take you some time, so you're going to pretty much miss this conversation, but you are able to just punch these planes into oblivion. Some of the abjurers attempt to fight back, but it looks like they weren't really prepared for, like, close-range combat on their plane. One of the planes actually, like, loads the ballista and starts to turn it towards you, but then the guy in the cockpit shouts, "You idiot! You'd be firing at our own plane!" How am I supposed to hit? Like, she pulls out a gun and tries to fire at you, but misses wildly. Meanwhile, you are able to relatively easily dismantle these planes, but you're going to be out of the interaction for a little while. Zana, you are having this dialogue with Akula, and it seems like you're beginning to reason with him. And he is, at this point, told his men to stand down for the duration of this conversation. However, the individual who spoke up to him, the one in the white robes with gold trim, you can see he is wearing a faceless mask. He has pulled out from presumably his player inventory a number of staves and has just stuck them in the ground behind him. And he is joined by 3 other individuals who look similar in appearance to him. The 3 of them have gathered in a bit of a triangle and are starting some sort of ritualistic chant as you see power emanating from them.
Zana thinks to herself, I don't know what to do in this situation.
And right in the midst of everything, Snow, you'd land in.
All right, I'm in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Oh.
Right in the middle.
Okay. Wilson, I told you to hold on to my hand, not to squeeze the life out of it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not used to teleporting that much. It's a very nerve-wracking process.
You're a nerve-wracking process.
Akula just coughs very loudly and audibly, clearly trying to garner your attention.
What? What is it? What could possibly be the problem over here?
You just see as Akula just has a magic trident in his right hand, and he's looking like he wants to throw it, but isn't quite sure.
Don't point that at me.
I'm not. I'm pointing at the bird.
Oh.
You don't see anything over there. You just see a tree and a human form of Den.
Akula, I hate to tell you this. That's not a bird.
Snow, I'm here with Den. He's injured, and...
Sana, why the hell are you telling people your location if you're invisible?
He already knows my location. He has a stupid magic eye after I took his real one.
You hear some of the people in the back. I think she's over there.
Oh, dear.
Over in this area by the tree.
Akula, I'd rather not us meet steel versus blade at this point. Maybe if we just discuss this more. I don't know what's been said. I just got here. I woke up at 5:30 in the morning. This is too early. Too early. All right.
Roll a perception check real quick.
All right. I'm rolling perception check.
Roll a diplomacy for Akula, but then I also need a perception check for something completely different.
Okay. Perception was 25. Diplomacy, 13. Although I get a +1 bonus when I use diplomacy on a character who would be attracted to me, so 14, I'm assuming.
Very, very big assumption. Sure. You can have your 14. That,
Akula, would you be attracted to me? I just need to clarify something.
Very weird time to be asking these things.
This is very important.
Kind of here to just attack the bird and leave. I don't wish to meet steel with you.
And as you're attempting this, you can see past all of the Eastland Raiders in their stereotypical Viking attire, and past these weird chanting cloaked figures who are performing some ritual in the snow, you hear a snapping of a branch off in the distance, and you see a shadowy figure move in the tree line before the light of the new morning reflects off something metallic or glass, right before you all audibly hear a loud bang.
I've been shot.
Den is going to be taking some damage.
That's a long distance.
And they can see him while he's invisible too? Why do I even have invisibility?
Great question.
You hear a loud bang, but a bullet lodges itself in the tree nearby Den as it misses the creature, and there's a loud splintering sound as wooden shrapnel from the velocity of a very high-powered firearm just barely misses.
Den, we're being shot at.
Oh, really? That's a novel idea. Yeah, that's been my morning. How about yours?
Okay, if you can't fly, we can maybe use my magic carpet. Just go straight up.
I have half the mind just to smite them, all of them, with lightning.
Why wouldn't you?
Oh.
Why haven't you?
Oh, I haven't. I don't know. I've shot down 9 planes just today. Yeah, I've just been taking it in the back.
Akula, we don't want to hurt you. But if you try and kill my friend, I won't be able to not protect him.
Those are words. What she's trying to say is, don't kill the bird. Bird is friend. Friend, not food. Akula.
Friend gives good buffs.
Akula, I'll pay you.
You'd have to pay me more than what I'm getting paid.
Okay, yeah. So everyone, if you could for me, this isn't to say that you cannot attempt to still diplomacy because certain characters involved. However, some shots have literally been fired. I am going to require everyone to roll initiative.
It's a good 12.
Total?
12 total. Tama's a little winded. He just took down 3 planes.
Yeah, he did do a lot.
23 total.
I have a 13. We did really good.
Wilson, we got warriors.
That's true. We got to roll Wilson's, and
He has the same role as me. He's just below me. We go together, as always.
Dragon has a 23. Zana, you are actually up first, as you can see the trifecta of robed figures off in the snowy distance are still ritualistically chanting something. It's your turn.
Okay, this looks like it's going down south pretty fast.
You are still invisible.
I cast Summon Monster 5, and I summon an enormous Ankylosaurus right in front of Den.
Oh, okay. Protective Ank. Bring that Ank in.
I rolled a 19.
Our boy Ank. Back at it again. He is a huge creature. Den is gargantuan. And you still have your movement, if you would still like to use that.
May I take a defensive action instead of a movement action? Is that a thing? Can I, like, prepare defensively?
Very unfortunately, the total defense action is a standard action to do generally.
Okay, that's fine. Then I just stay in place.
Certainly something to keep in mind. It does give you a +4 bonus to your AC. Next up, it is the masked individual with 4 stabs behind him. You see as he grabs one and seems to slam it down on the ground as a invisible wave of energy emanates from him. Anyone who would like to could roll a Knowledge Arcana.
I got Knowledge Arcana.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what magic is.
That's a 20 total.
You do not know what effect is in place. All you know is that it just seems to have radiated this translucent wave of energy, which kind of buffets the snow, and you see the force push it out, and there's a little bit of a translucent, clear dome.
Mine is a 27.
You do know what's going on, Snow. This individual utilized this staff to cast an abjuration spell. It functions similarly, but not identically, to the spell Repulsion. Repulsion states any creature attempting to enter the field must attempt a saving throw. If it fails, it becomes unable to move towards the affected creatures for the duration of the spell.
What's the distance of it?
10-foot radius per level emanation, so it seems like it's stretching a fairly far ways away. Pretty much from 100 feet away is affected by the spell.
Well, she'll keep that for now since she hasn't really moved towards him. And unless her party members seem to be making their direction that way, then she'll share that.
It's Draken's turn. Draken looses 2 arrows, and all everyone else hears is and 2 bodies collapse in the snow. Cultist goes, good. Viking, a little confused, decides to run on up. And you actually see as he drinks a potion.
Right.
As it gets to the last robed figure's turn in the initiative order, you hear as their chanting grows louder and arcane energy begins swirling from their ritual circle. And in a pulse of energy, it seems to almost fly out. This white and gold beam shoots right up into the sky and then arcs down and freezes Den in place. And he seems completely still.
Den, buddy, Den, buddy.
Den cannot speak, but you hear a telepathic link to you.
I'm stuck. I can't move.
Yeah, no.
I can't do anything. Help!
How?
Ah!
Are they still chanting?
They're still chanting. Snow, what's your AC?
My AC in Aurora form, because I have not been able to cast Mage Armor on myself, is a 16.
How far away are you?
That's 100 feet, exact.
Oh, could you make for me a
No.
fortitude save?
Oh no.
Spellcaster with the fortitude save?
Yeah, I know. Not the most ideal thing.
It's actually not bad for me. That's a bad roll, but my total's a 19. If there's anything for enchantment effects, I get a bonus.
You get shot
Well,
by a high caliber round, and you get flung 10 feet backwards and are knocked prone as you take 4 damage.
oh, well.
But the impact, this high caliber round just blasts through you and goes straight through your shoulder, leaving a clean exit wound, not dealing much damage, but the sheer velocity of it and force knocks you back and flat on your butt. Bang!
Ow! That surprisingly hurt. Ow.
Surprisingly didn't hurt as much as it should, but it definitely sent you flying.
She just goes, Wilson,
Who do I hit?
body block for me.
Oh, I can do that. It's the Ankylosaurus set.
Is there any enemies immediately in front of it?
No, they're all back over here. You got some weird rogue figures doing some form of ritualistic chant. The Vikings have yet to go. In the majority, they've moved forward slightly.
Can he push his turn into later into the combat until we have more enemies around?
You can delay, which will drop his initiative till later, or you can ready an action so that when a specific trigger would occur, he will automatically get to do something.
I would like to ready an action.
Okay. What is the condition that you would like to set for the ready to action?
When enemy come close, sweep with tail with stun action.
The Ankylosaur heeds your command and begins to ready an action for the next person who approaches. As it seems Den is struggling against this effect, he is incapable of doing anything. Snow, it is your turn.
Well, I stand up.
Okay.
I cast Barrow Haze at level 4.
Oh, what does that do?
It's going to be really annoying to anybody who's trying to cast anything with sight base. Barrow Haze creates a bank of fog similar to that created by Fog Cloud, except the vapors are black and they have a necrotic link to you. They don't interfere with my vision, I can see them. If any part of it is within 30 feet of you, any creatures within the haze count as in range for purposes of using any of my hexes.
That's right.
That have a maximum range of 30 feet.
Where do you cast this haze? As you can cast it a pretty good distance away, around about 200 feet, which would capture the entirety of this map. You want it on the cultists?
Yeah, and its size is a 20-foot radius spread, 20 feet high.
Prevents them from seeing. It is Wilson's turn, and you told him to body block you. So he moves in between you and all of the Eastland Raiders, and he just kind of points his glaive at one of them and says, "Now listen here, bub. You take one step closer and you're going to be in a world of hurt."
Wilson, stop talking, please.
Give it to him, Willy boy.
Is this the best intimidation you guys have?
He's a good boy. Leave him alone.
And he is preparing an action to intercept anyone who attempts to pass him and to strike them on their way.
He's not in the best place to stop somebody from passing him. He left a lot of space.
Well, listen. There was a tree right where I wanted him to stand. This individual, he moves up and he drinks a potion. Tama, to you. You're standing on a small ridge of rocks off in the corner over by where Den is.
All right. Well, because I can't really go up to attack anyone because I'm really far away. I'm just gonna move farther forward. So how far is it to be kind of in the general area that Wilson is?
70 feet away. You dash up, scaling, jumping between all of these rocks, hopping over a would-be ledge, which is trivial for you due to your immense athleticism, and you manage to place yourself in between Snow and a number of these would-be enemies.
Okay. I will take a total fence.
Cool. You gain a +4 to your AC until the start of your next turn. You see as this one Viking pulls out a short bow and takes a massive leap and jumps up on top of this stump that Akula was sitting on top of.
Akula, what do we... give me a moment, and then shoot where my trident is.
This Viking is going to delay his turn, but as he does, you see Akula reel back with an immense amount of power in his right arm as he full torso swings, chucks his trident with immense force, and it hits in to our dear Dan.
Ow!
Akula!
The thing is right in front of him.
So even when you are behind a creature, you only gain partial cover.
No! He should be pretty healed up by now.
He should be fairly healed up. Den takes 14 damage as this trident buries deep. Akula uses a command word.
It says, rise.
And his chest plate begins to glow. And he begins slowly rising off of the ground.
Oh,
And begins to fly 30 feet in the air.
Someone's got that celestial armor, dang it.
Don't think I forgot about that item that you introduced me to. But as there is now something indicating the location of this creature, his compatriot also is going to take a shot as he readied the action on his leader's command. And as Den is paralyzed, he does not get his dexterity-based AC, and he's going to take another 9 damage as a second arrow is loosed. Den takes another 6 damage, and 2 hit him. But that is their turn, and we are top of the round. The cultists are still channeling, but Zana, it's to you. The battlefield has changed as you see this fog cloud has rolled in and is obscuring a number of the masked-wearing figures from your sight. A few of the Eastland Raiders have hesitantly begun to step forward, but haven't fully engaged yet, though their leader has chucked a trident into the chest of your ally.
Can I grab the trident?
I would have you roll a disable device check, I think, to be able to dislodge it from his chest.
25.
Yeah, I'll say that pulls it out, and without doing any damage.
I put it in my inventory.
As you pull it out of the target, you're holding it in your hand, poof, and you see it returns to Akula's hand.
It poof returns?
It's a trident of returning so long as it is not stuck in a target.
It poofs out of my hands?
Yeah. Alrighty. You'd still have a standard action if you wanted. That could just be your movement.
Before I actually try to move, I have a ranged weapon.
Sure.
I might as well just try and hit with that.
Sure. Who would you like to shoot at?
Akula's friend.
Akula's friend. Yeah, that
Who
mean
shot
guy.
it? I nat crit.
Natural 20.
10 damage.
A big 10 damage to this Viking right over yonder. So you command your ankylosaur to stay tight, and you pull out this light crossbow, and you go ahead and you shoot, and your arrow marks true and nails him right in the chest. He kind of grimaces in pain as he grabs at the bolt and now kind of locks eyes at you and doesn't like you, but it seems like he's still focused.
My invisibility is broken since I made an attack.
Oh, yeah, you didn't cast greater invisibility, did you?
And I look Akula dead in the eyes, and I say, "This is my friend."
And that was my friend.
So we're even.
One of them is a real person.
And with that, we will move on to my good freelancers. None of you see what occurred because there is a borrowed haze.
I see.
Snow! Roll a perception check.
15.
Okay.
Seeing things is not my priority on this character.
I'm just debating how much information I want to give you.
Enough?
Enough would probably be good, wouldn't it? Would you like to roll a Arcana check for me?
All right. It was a 15 on my Arcana.
Unfortunately, you have no idea what he's casting till it hits you.
Me?
I know you don't like fortitude saves, so I'm not going to make you do that.
Oh.
But what I will ask for is, how do you feel about reflex saves?
I don't like them.
You don't like reflex saves? Do you only like will saves?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I do need a reflex save from you.
Yeah, my saving throw is a 29. And again, I get a bonus against enchantment effects because of my race.
As you're peering through your haze, you see this individual pick up a staff, and you're not quite sure what they're doing, but all of a sudden, you feel as the ground beneath you becomes slick, and you kind of stagger your stance, and as you look down, you can see this guy just cast grease on you. And there's now just a pool of grease within a 10-foot radius of you.
She has slight concern as a bead of sweat drips down her brow. I hope no one has fire. This would be really bad for me.
In my mind, he gets upset, and he clicks his tongue at you. And he puts down that staff, and he picks up another one.
No, put the fireball staff away.
And that's going to be his turn.
No.
Snow! I can't see anyone.
Well, Draken, maybe you should have considered that before you decided to fire into my cloud.
Oh, goodness. Akula, I'm sorry. You gotta get shot, my guy.
Draken rolled a 3 and a 4 for his dice.
Oh, baby.
On his 2 attack rolls.
Oh,
and you see as 2 enchanted arrows of fire just whiz right past, right above your grease, and the sparks kind of trickle down and the embers make you really nervous.
She's like waving her arms.
But luckily, they just thud deep into the trees, completely missing their target. You're not honestly even sure who he was shooting for, because there are a lot of people in that direction, and he shot wide of everyone.
Draken!
Well, I was thrown off because I was going to go shoot the ritual circle chanting, and now there's never
Is it Greece?
Panning over, we see that there's a Viking squaring off with Wilson.
If you don't move, I'm going to have to move you.
Oh, funny, because I was not going to say the same thing to you. But you better not move, pal.
Ow!
Wilson gets stabbed in the side with his short spear. Ha! But you didn't move.
He's got a lot of HP, though. I'm not worried.
He does.
Yeah, Wilson, we're getting you better armor later, right?
Yeah, you know, like everyone else is like drinking these potions and using all these magical things. Maybe it's time we invest in our gear.
I feel naked, honestly.
Like, really, comparatively, we're not doing so hot. You still hear this very ominous chanting from inside the haze.
Can we stop the chanting, please?
Someone's getting shot.
I've been shot.
Hey, Zana,
Yes?
how's your AC look?
And my AC is 22.
You dig your heels in and manage to not get blasted away, but a high caliber sniper round does knock you straight in the chest. And you did take 8 damage. Snow!
Yes, it is my turn. All right, Nichia, come out from the woods. We all forgot about Nichia, didn't we? All right, yeah, he leaps out from the woods. I'm going to say that's my turn because I forgot about my own wolf. That's my fault.
You summon your wolf, and running out from the woods, your large snow white wolf, camouflaged. He was lurking, waiting for his opportunity to strike.
Oh, can he appear here? Because I think that'd be really
Sure.
funny.
Yeah,
perfect.
he comes in and he's flanking the Eastland Raiders.
That's my good boy.
With that, it's Wilson's turn. Wilson turns to the man who stabbed him with the spear, and you swear as you see a flick of green spark in his eyes. And he wheels around with his glaive, and it almost seems to emanate this acidic, putrid sensation and aura as he slashes with it, and you see this deep gash form across the chest of this man as it almost seems as if decay spreads on his chest. This individual takes 25 damage.
Good chunk of damage.
It's a good chunk of damage.
Wilson, darling, we're not trying to kill the players. You know that, right?
Well, we gotta get him low.
All right. Just so you're aware.
Listen, if he is inflicted with serious status conditions in the aftermath, I don't see how that's our fault. He should go see a cleric.
Tana, I gotta say, this ankylosaur is making it very hard for my boys to approach.
Thank you.
Like, there's nowhere good for him to run to. Does anyone have a CMD higher than 29?
Yes.
Tama, this man provokes an attack of opportunity as he is running past you.
Cool. I'd like to trip him.
Go ahead, roll hit.
39.
Oh yeah, that's definitely hidden. This man very nimbly and deftly maneuvers around Wilson so as to not provoke an attack of opportunity from him, but you, as a trained martial artist, see a weak spot, and you do a leg sweep, and this man just plummets straight into the snow. Out of aggravation, he is going to take a slash at you with his sword, but it completely whiffs wide as he is still laying on the ground. But, Tama, it's your turn.
I mean, you know what? I'm going to flurry of blows him. Let me know if he gets looking kind of down, and then I'm going to switch the damage to non-lethal
Sounds
damage.
good. You go ahead.
First to hit is a 33.
Hit.
26.
Still hits.
That one would be 31.
Hits.
That one would be 19.
Hits.
Probably 14.
That's the first miss.
That
Yeah,
misses.
that's the first miss. Alrighty, start rolling that damage.
17.
Okay.
14.
Okay.
20.
All right, he is on his last legs.
All right. Last one's non-lethal.
Okay, last one's non-lethal.
Yep. So that last one, that's pretty good. That's 22.
The man is looking battered, dazed, and confused. He went from thinking he was on top of the world to being face down, planted in the snow, and getting, probably at this point, multiple bones broken before you tried to deal a concussive hit to the head to try and knock him out, but he's still barely hanging on. All right, Viking. Oh, hey, this is the Viking that likes shooting dead. Well, imagine what he's going to do on his turn. So 2 arrows fly wide, hit nowhere near Den. So now someone has been lurking in the woods, waiting for their opportunity to strike, and you have beckoned them forth. Nichia, it is his turn.
She thinks to him, after the cultists.
As you are attempting to approach the cultists, I'm going to need Nichia to make a strength saving throw.
Is that a joke?
Wait, give me a second. It might not be strength.
Is it fortitude?
It says will negates.
Oh, well, my laugh is now on me because he rolled a 7 and he only has a 4 in his will. So that's 11.
He takes one step forward before an invisible force halts him.
Can he just intimidatingly glare?
It only stops movement. You have all of your other actions. You could roll to intimidate to demoralize.
All right, he's gonna move in front of Akula
As that is not the direction of the cultist, that's fair game.
and growl menacingly
Sure.
to demoralize. Oh, that roll did not.
The single digits continue.
It was a 19 to intimidate.
You have your ferocious, large wolf growl at this grizzled hunting veteran, and he seems entirely unfazed by this creature, as if he has fought beasts twice its size.
I've romanced men twice my size as well.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, these are all big facts. I mean, you still have an attack action, and there's a Viking right there if
All right.
you want to know.
Well, he's a wolf, so he's going to attempt to trip Akula.
Akula's 30 feet in the air.
No wonder he's not intimidated. He's like, what you
Looking
gonna
down
do?
upon you peons.
Okay, fine.
There's the Viking that Wilson attacked, the one I was referencing, which is on the ground right here.
Yeah, but like, Nichia can't do non-lethal, I'm pretty sure.
This man still has a lot of HP.
Okay, Nichia's going to attack him. I think he might kill him, though. It's a 26 to hit,
Certainly hits.
18 damage.
The man certainly looks bloodied, but he doesn't seem unconscious.
Well, that was with trip.
And he is now prone on the ground as well. It is Akula's turn. And as he's flying 30 feet in the air, he is actually above the line of sight of the Ankylosaurus. Throwing a returning trident, you see Akula throw this trident 3 times. It makes impact with Den twice, poking multiple holes into him. And but on the third attack, Akula misses. It goes wide, but it blinks right back into his hand. And we are at the top of the round. The Xanaxerxes Zion.
You skipped the cultist?
They're chanting.
They're just maintaining.
They have to maintain.
Oh, we need to...
We really need to stop them chanting, man.
I hate me. I've ruined it.
Oh, no one knows what they're doing. They're in a cloud of unseeable denseness.
We can assume they're still chanting.
You can hear the chanting. It might stop your vision, but the
No, I know what I've done.
Xanaxerxes Zion, it's your turn.
A 28 hit.
If I'm not mistaken, big, meaty, juicy hits. And he has an inanely high AC.
Yeah, baby. I rolled a good damage. Just have to math real quick. 14.
Hey, Snow.
What? What is it this time? If it's fireball, I'm about to say no.
You see, as he is attempting to cast a spell with the staff in his hand.
Could I attempt to decipher what he is attempting to do?
Absolutely. Actually, roll 2 Arcana checks.
My first arcana is a 19.
Okay. You see this individual currently wielding a staff that seems to have many eyes on it, but the tip of it actually seems to begin to spark and embers ignite from it. You're not quite sure what he's casting, but he's certainly doing something.
All right, my second arcana is a 27.
There is an effect cast on the staff. You don't know what he's casting using the charges of the staff, but you can tell that there is a contingency spell on the staff itself.
Like, you're supposed to give me, like, is it School of Magic, that kind of stuff with the
I gave you the exact spell.
It's contingency?
The spell contingency.
I don't know what that spell is.
Oh, contingency is a spell held within a spell. Contingency is a spell that functions like a player's ready to action. When a specific condition is met, the spell which is held within the contingency triggers.
Okay, I don't need it anymore.
Cool. And you see as, what's your AC?
Mine?
Oh.
16.
Yours and Tom's.
Mine is 27.
You see as this person blasts out rays of fire. It literally gets absorbed and dispersed by Tama, and they scorch past you and Draken.
Without lighting the thing on fire?
Doesn't like grease because he targeted the person, not the ground.
What a fool.
What a fool! Who is this man? What a dummy. All right, Draken, seeing this, doesn't like the man and proceeds to shoot him. Cool. And thunks into this man for a serious chunk of damage with a flaming arrow nonetheless. He's going to take 18 damage. Over to the Viking, who is attacked by Nichia. This man on his last legs is just kind of pissed and is going to stab at the giant wolf, which is biting down on him.
He's going to stab at him while he's on the ground?
He is still on the ground. He has not stood up yet. He strikes, slashing out with his spear, attempting to make contact with your wolf, but Nichia's fur is so thick that it can't even pierce his thick hide.
Yeah, he's got an AC of 25.
The man stands up, dusts himself off, and just kind of like holds up his shield hesitantly. What's the Ankylosaur's AC?
22, but I can...
The Ankylosaur takes 9 damage instead, as it is blocked the shot for Dan.
Yay! That's why he was there!
It's your turn.
Here's my problem. I don't know what level or how much HP people have, but if I cast Circle of Death on the mages, how bad is that going to be? Now, Alani might be very happy, but also really mad if I do that.
What is the HP cap of Circle of Death?
Spell slays 1d4 hit points worth of living creatures per cast level. I am at 13 on this.
Before you go through with this,
I have to think about it.
you are conjuring this dark, necromantic energy, holding it within your hand. Roll an intelligence check.
I think Alani would be mad at me. Oh, that's good. Just intelligence?
Yep.
17.
You know definitively that those individuals are players.
Yeah, that would be really bad.
And I would say it is generally against your moral compass to kill people.
I know. Not Aurora's, but she's not Aurora. That would be really bad.
Aurora has since, to a degree, assimilated with your moral compass. Originally, I don't think she would have hesitated because she wasn't aware of the reality, but now she does have this distinction.
She calms down. All right. Akula, I'm telling you, fighting us is a really bad idea. If you want to get out of this game alive, make a better choice. She's going to cast Dispel Magic Raider on Den.
One Den? Sure, go for it.
I hate dice tonight.
Dice don't like any of us tonight.
I rolled a 3.
Yeah, that's par for the course, ain't it? They're being sassy.
That really sucks. Okay, so that's going to be a 18, because I get a +2.
As you are casting Dispel Magic, you feel that there are 3 magical effects in play. And I'll even tell you what they are. You know that there is the invisibility that's on a cast currently on him. You can tell that there is Hold Monster on him. And you can actually tell that there's Dimensional Anchor being applied to him currently right now. You feel that 2 of them blink out. But he is still paralyzed as the Hold Monster still has him bound and paralyzed. You can tell that you were able to successfully dispel the invisibility and the Dimensional Anchor. Wilson's turn. Wilson goes up to this guy in front of him and hits him with a blunt end of a stick. The Viking that was tripped by Nichia and is currently still prone right before Wilson just gets knocked unconscious as Wilson hits him twice in the head with the blunt end of his glaive. The Viking in front of Tama and Aurora vanishes before your eyes. He's no longer there.
He was prone, and then he vanished?
He vanished.
Come back, you coward!
He is no longer in this combat. You can just remove him from the turn order entirely.
Guessing he's like, I don't want to die.
He teleported.
He used a full round action to teleport away. It's not worth it. Tama, to you.
Oh, okay. What's that thing right there? Yeah, what's that?
That is a Herveldum Abjure.
Okay, well, yeah, I move up to him and then...
Does that spell that requires him to...
Yeah, you're going to have to roll a will saving throw.
Okay. Does a 26 pass it?
26 does.
I'm going to disarm him. 27.
You see as his advanced sniper rifle goes flying off into the trees. He is entirely disarmed, and he looks incredibly peeved by that fact. It is Nichia's turn.
Right. Well, somebody's up in the air like a coward. He rolled an 8. He's not going to be able to move. He's stuck in this place unless he moves away.
Fortunately, he is not capable of advancing closer to the individual wielding the staffs. You want him to run up to Tama and bite this abjurer?
Turn him into a ragdoll. Go, Nichia. Eat the abjurer. All right, and then next turn, Nichia, you're going to try again.
Yeah, try again. You feel Nichia is repulsed by this effect. And he is incapable of moving closer towards his desired target, but his eyes flash wildly as he sees other fresh blood.
Is power attack a 4-round action?
No.
Oh, perfect. He's gonna use power attack.
Cool. Anom.
It's a 31 to hit.
Oh, big hit. Big hit. If this was Pathfinder 2nd edition, you'd be rolling double the dice.
24 damage.
Ow! I felt that.
And he's tripped.
Okay.
Look at him happy running through the snow.
Other abjure. He did not get his turns. So this one was slinking around in the forests and has positioned himself to shoot at Den.
No, the Ankylosaurus in the way.
Not at that angle he's not.
No.
Not at that angle he's not.
The Ankylosaurus in the way.
The tree is actually in the way at that angle. So he does still have partial cover. Den does still take 9 damage. And Akula attacks, throwing his spear, dealing 18 damage. All right, Zana, it's your turn.
Den, it's time to break out the big guns. Do you have anything in your back pocket?
I can't move!
You have to move to do
Yes! I have to move! I have to at least flap my wings or move my eyes.
I'm gonna use my full round action and shoot a Kula again, I guess. 20,
Miss.
20.
You fire both your crossbow shots, but both of them just seem to clatter off his radiant celestial armor. Hey, our staff-wielding guy is using the same staff with eyeballs on it that he was before.
Well, I can't roll another knowledge on it because I failed it.
Well, you can roll an Arcana on this because he's casting a spell. Instead of sparking red energy coming out of this one, you see as it now is pulsating in an ominous green aura, and it doesn't do anything immediately.
23 on my knowledge arcana.
You do not know what this spell is, but from your inherent connection to death, you feel that this is potent and very negative in effect. But that's his turn. Well, it was Draken's turn, but he missed both of his attacks. You know what? Draken's gonna quicken spell cast True Strike on himself for next turn, so he gains a +20 to hit. This abjurer is absolutely lost without his gun. He attempts to pull out a saber from his side and attack Nichia. It's just unable to pierce the hide and clatters right off. You see as an abjurer comes out from the woods and takes a shot at Wilson. Wilson takes 7 damage, is blasted 10 feet back, and is knocked prone.
Oh no, darling.
Bang! As a high caliber rifle goes off right in his face and blasts it.
Nobody likes to be blasted.
Aurora, it's your turn.
All right, I'm going to once again turn, cast Dispel Magic Greater, attempt, 29.
You feel as you shatter this ritual, and from inside your haze, which no one else can see, you see all 3 of those robed figures get blasted back away from their ritual circle, and actually took some force damage in association with their intense magical presence being absolutely shattered. And Den is freed.
Snow would shout back, Den, run! And then she is going to attempt to move forward. But I need to roll a will save.
Roll a will save.
28 on my will save.
You, with a menacing glare, stare the staff-wielding figure directly in where you would assume their eyes would be as you are met by their mask. But through your indignant fury, you step forward.
Right. Wilson, with me.
Oh, okay, I'll stand up after being shot. And he can't move. He will use his standard action to move forward if you would like him to.
Yes.
Can he move forward?
Oh, that's a will-saving question. That's a good point. Thank you, Jonathan.
Wilson save.
Does Wilson have a good will?
save. That's actually one of his surprisingly better ones.
Now if I could just work up the courage.
He does manage to. And Wilson begins walking forward towards the cultists. Tama.
Yeah, it's still within my reach. Okay, so I move right in front of him then.
Okay, so you want to move up to the staff-wielding cultist. Make a will save.
That would be a 28.
You succeed.
All right, and then I'm going to try and disarm his staff.
That's mean. Do it.
That's well over 30.
And that is well overkill as you see this staff gets flung into the air and dashes into the snow. Viking. Pew, pew, pew. He hits. Oh, no. He doesn't because Den has his dexterity back. His AC is too high.
Woot woot.
It's Nichia's turn.
First of all, Nichia would just like to look at the subjurer, make him pee himself.
Sure. Roll to demoralize. A free action to intimidate.
25 on Intimidate.
The abjurer is demoralized and begins running into the forest on his turn.
Good one, Nichia. All right, Nichia, roll a will save. 2!
I mean,
6
there's the guy
total.
wetting himself, and there's a guy with a gun over here.
Fine. Nichia is going to have a field day in the snow.
Okay, so he's going to take the rest of his turn to move that way?
I just
As
want
it is that Abjurer's turn, Nichia does run up right in front of him, but as he does this, Abjurer shoots and hits Den.
Would you just get out of here already?
It's Akula's turn!
I swear, Akula, I will curse you if you do this.
That's 3 on the die. Akula throws an absolutely massive metal-chained net in the direction of Den, and it just flumps to the ground, and it looks like he didn't put enough spin on it, so the net actually didn't spread out, and it just drops, and he has to pull it in. With that, he's just going to scoff, be upset, roll another 3, throw his trident, it go off into the forest before blinking back to his hand. Cultists, oh, now they're not chanting, they do things. We need to kill the bird. Oh, wait, the guy who's in charge of me is being hurt. He is going to cast a spell on you. Roll a will save.
My will save was a 32.
You feel a magic presence begin to wrap around your body and bind you, and you just flex, and it shatters the magic around you. Zana, it's your turn.
All right, I'm just gonna make 2 regular shots. 34 to hit. And the next one, no hit.
No, okay, roll your damage for your first one.
Only 1.
Quilla takes 1 damage. Only took. Oh no, you did
I
take 2 attacks.
scratch his face.
You do. You're aiming for the eye, and you just nick his cheek, and you gave him a new fresh scar.
Warning shot.
Warning shot. The man in front of you, Tama, reaches back into the fog cloud to where you can't particularly see very well, but he knows something is. He grabs at a staff before holding it up in the air, and he's no longer in front of you.
I did not see where he blinked to, right?
You know what? Actually, how about everyone give me a perception check right now?
24.
21.
16.
Zana and Tama both notice that he blinked atop of these rocks that actually Tama landed on at the beginning of combat, and he's standing on this ledge and utilizing it as a little bit of high ground. That's his turn. Draken! Seeing this, wheels around and tries to hit him. Yes! Finally!
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee, give me these 6s. Oh, give me those. I'm taking his dice. Oh, baby, a triple. 17 damage on the first attack and 15 damage on the second one. He is looking hurt. Snow, you're the only one who could possibly see this. Everyone else is entirely blinded to this. You see, very strangely enough, this one robed figure walks even deeper into your haze and is attempting to collect the rest of the staffs that were stuck into the snow behind the leader.
Okay, don't worry, I'm dispelling it this turn.
And this cultist specifically goes for the staff that he knew got flung away. His whole turn is to move over there, pick it up, and he does start casting something. It is now the very injured Abjurer's turn. That very injured Abjurer is running off into the woods and is defecting from this combat, at least for now. So Den does begin to, it seems as if he starts to try and get up off the ground, but he needs an immense amount of momentum to do so, and his wing is slightly injured, but it does kick up a whirlwind, and there is a electric, stormy aura surrounding him. And he is trying to get off the ground. He gets about 30 feet off the ground. He isn't able to fly his full speed, but he does have his stormy aura around him. So he is going to be able to repel any projectile that is not magical or a siege weapon. It's your turn.
First of all, I dispel the barrow haze.
Oh, we can see now. Oh, this isn't looking good.
Okay. She is then going to turn and cast Hold Person on Akula.
He gets a will save.
Yes, he does.
This is a very important will save. What is your DC?
16 would be the save DC.
You cast Hold Person, and he just looks down at you from above and smirks.
No, Akula, I'm serious.
Nice try! The hunt is almost through. You think you could hold me here?
No, but I think I could kill you. Make a better choice.
You can roll an Intimidate on that.
That's a 31 on my Intimidate.
And while your Hold Person had no effect, it seems as if your words did, and he is second-guessing his actions, enough to make him hesitate and take minor penalties.
It's like using cutting words as a bard still.
Hi, Mr. Weird Cloaked Figure. You're kind of still here, and I don't want you to be. I don't mean anything by that. It's just you're hurting my friend.
And my girlfriend said I have to stop you. It's really awkward.
The first strike cleaved into this man so deeply that Wilson panicked and thought he was dead. Luckily, he was not, and Wilson just bonked him on the head. That is Wilson's turn as this cultist right here is knocked unconscious. Tama, thanks. Your turn.
I'm gonna walk up to him. Yeah, that one.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
With the staff with the eyes that is currently glowing a very ominous green aura?
Yeah, that one.
Sure.
I don't trust since the main guy was really adamant of trying to use that.
He was fairly
and I'm
adamant
gonna
about
try and disarm it again.
Okay, cool.
30.
Yeah, with flying colors. Further into the woods.
You guys really have to stop picking up that staff. It's getting annoying.
Well, you stop knocking out my hands. It's getting very annoying. A Viking shoots 2 arrows at Den, but the wind buffets them away. Oh, that's not going to work. It's Nichia's turn.
All right, we're gonna attack this man that's next to Nichia. It's a 25 to hit
Big hit.
with 16 damage and trip.
Chunky. He's bloodied.
Anyway, he's prone, so Nichia is going to kind of like kick the snow up on him and like kind of bury him as he runs, or basically takes his movement.
It is actually that Abjur's turn, and though he is tripped, he is still going to pew pew at his designated target. Bullets would still get deflected. He would not know this and attempt to shoot, and then realize he's like, not again. Akula's turn, and Akula, an intelligent enough character to have witnessed what has occurred on the battlefield, and he's going to need to make a fly check. He, within melee range, actually hit Den for owie, 20 damage. Zana, Xerxes, Zion, top of the round to you. Akula is hovering above Den. They're actually face to face as they are doing some mid-air battle. Akula's flown right up to this giant bird and stabbed it in the chest with his trident.
What about that guy that's close to me then? The one on the ledge, on the rocks?
This guy?
Yep.
You could hit him.
Pew pew!
Both of your shots hit this cultist thief, and they deal a total of 8 damage as this cultist thief is looking pretty hurt. Our freelance thief right here. And it is actually his turn, but he delays it. And this other cultist takes his turn, use the in-game messaging system to send the freelance thief both of the staffs he grabbed, and the thief uses his delayed turn to get them out of his inventory and cast one of them. And he summons a wall of fire that spans the entire battlefield. Snow.
No.
You, Draken, Nichia, the Ankylosaur are all going to be taking 19 fire damage.
Ow!
Den begins to fly away, but that is exiting Akula's threatened square. Akula gets one last attack of opportunity on him. Akula misses. Den is home free. Fly 400 feet up in the air.
Okay. Yeah, he's definitely out of
Which
range.
is, unless there is a very potent spell effect, he gone.
Is there any point in us continuing this?
Akula, frustrated at his defeat, but realizing that his target is out of his grasp, relents.
And you, masked man or woman, I can't tell.
Person pops up from behind the rocks, shakes the staff at you,
Admit defeat, please.
dispels the wall of fire. Thanks for making it.
Look, if you're players like us, we all want one thing: to get out of this game.
You fools. You have no idea what we want.
Let's just go have a nice chat back in Puaz. All right?
Snow, if these...
I'll be there actually later. I have to go back to a castle. I'll be back in a, I have to go. Bye.
Bye.
Rest assured, you will be hearing from us shortly.
And he vanishes too. A lot of the Vikings, weary and defeated, some begin to gather themselves and their unconscious allies. They heal them, and they kind of reluctantly kind of just putz about a little bit, and are looking as if they are going to teleport away.
Where's Den? You got away?
Den just flew off.
Do I still have a mental link with him?
Do you still have a telepathic mental link with him?
I close my eyes and try to contact him. Den, are you safe?
That's relative. I thought I was safe this morning. I guess I'm no longer in immediate danger.
I'm incredibly injured, and I don't know where it is. I guess I'm just going to go to the spirit realm for now to attempt to recoup.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you!
I came to your rescue! Excuse you!
And I appreciate it more than you know. And with that, I think this is where we are going to end this week's session of the Odd campaign. If only because my cat is playing with the drawstrings of our curtains.
Thank you, Foundlings, for listening to this week's episode of the Gage Chronicles. We hope you really enjoyed this one. This was a very long combat. It was originally about 4 hours long, and we managed to cut it down so that it is, well, much easier to listen to. A little lighter on the sound effects this week, but we'll be back to our regular level of sound effects in the future. But as always, we do want you to continue following along with us, so make sure you follow us in our Discord, or join our Discord rather, and then follow us on our social media accounts. There's X, which is @RollFound, Instagram @RollFound, but we don't really use them that much. Honestly, most of our communication is in Discord, or you can send us an email at info@missingrollplayerfound.com. That's missing_rollplayerfound.com. We want to give a big thank you and shout out to Michael Gelfi of Michael Gelfi Studios, Monument Studios, and Epidemic Sounds for allowing us to use their music and ambiance in today's episode. All those links are in the description below, and we hope that you'll give them a check in as well, because they also have amazing things. So, thank you, Foundlings, once again, and we will see you next week on another episode of Sorta Online Odd. Bye-bye!
Bye-bye!
Bye, guys!
Bye-bye!
Blah, 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 blah.